Are you hearing us? Let's try to be audible enough.
Lower it a little. Lower the microphone.
Yes, Ms. Kiza, please try to speak loudly. There are people the other side who may want to follow the proceedings.
Most obliged. The agreed evidence, my Lord, is, my Lord, the postmortem reports are 4 in total. The first one, my Lord, is a postmortem report in respect of Eteku Gideon. Eteku Gideon was one of the children. This is under CRB number 026 of 2026, number 026 of 2026. The postmortem examination, my Lord.
The postmortem was done when?
On 2nd of April 20. Okay. The deceased in this case, my Lord, was a male juvenile. He was a preschool child. Of black race. He had 21 teeth. He had 11 teeth in the upper jaw and 10 in the lower jaw. And his jaw was intact. The body was cold with primary flaccidity. And the body was also pale. Evidence of trauma. There was a 14-centimeter long open wound on the right side of the neck. Located at 66 centimeters from the right heel. And the nape of the neck. The nape of the neck. This wound, my Lord, was longer than its depth. Characterized by smooth edge, regular margins, no bridging fibers.
Say that again, please.
This wound was characterized by smooth edge, regular margins, no bridging fibers, marginal contusion, nor contusion of the underlying soft tissues. The wound was deep, transecting through the esophagus, trachea, internal jugular vein, internal jugular vein, vagus nerve, cut fractures of C6 vertebrae, C6 vertebrae. However, the spinal cord, cricoid cartilage, cricoid is C-R-I-C-O-I-D, cricoid cartilage, hyoid bone, hyoid is C-A-R-O-T-I-D, carotid artery was intact. The airway was clogged with frothy blood.
Clogged with what?
The airway was clogged with frothy, F-R-O-T-H-Y, frothy blood, cause of death. And the cause of death was hypovolemic shock due to deep cut injuries to the neck. This report, my lord, was signed by Dr. Katongole Abdul and dated the 2nd of April 2026, and it is under postmortem report number 1102 of 2026.
Is that all for this report?
This report, my lord, also bears a stamp of Kampala Capital City Mortuary Police. That's all for this report, my lord.
Okay, let her interpret in the Luganda language.
Kwebyo bye bakanyizaako okuleeta mu kooti baloya bombi kuliko postmortem oba ebbaluwa abasawo ze baakebererako abaana abo. Eyasooka yali ya Etiku Gideon era postmortem enamba baagiwa 1102/26 nti emirambo baagitwala mu mochare Mulago era ono Etiku Gideon baamukebera nga 2 Ogwokuna 2026 era yamukebera omusawo bamuyita Katongole Abdul. Etiku Gideon nti yali mwana mulenzi nga yali mu nasare aba preschool nti bwe bamukebera yali alina amannyo 21 ng'alina 11 waggulu 10 wansi nti omulambo gwali gunyogoga nga gupeeruse nti bwe baamukebera ne basanga yali alina ekiwundu bali bamusaze ku bulago. Ekiwundu kyali kiwanvu nga kyenkana sentimita 17 nti era bwe baayongera okukebera ne basanga nti bwe baamufumita airway oba awayita empewo gye tussa mwalimu omusaayi nga gwesibidde omwo era n'akomekereza ng'agamba nti omwana ono kyamuviirako okufa yavaamu omusaayi mungi olw'ensonga nti baali bamusaze obulago. Omusawo yasayininga n'ateekako stampu ya Mulago Mortuary.
The second piece of agreed evidence, my lord, is also police form 48B, a postmortem report. This is postmortem report number 1103 of 2026. It is under CRB 026 of 2026, and it is in respect of Agenworth. Agenworth is AGENORWOTH. Agenworth Kisha Otim. This examination was done on the 2nd of April 2026. Agenworth was found to be a female juvenile of preschool age.
Yes, proceed.
Okay. The body was found to be cold. It had primary flaccidity. She had 12 teeth and her jaw was intact. The body was also found to be pale. Evidence of trauma. There was a 9-centimeter long open wound. On the right side of the neck at 67 centimeters from the right heel. And 1 centimeter from the anterior midline.
From the anterior?
1 centimeter from the anterior midline. This wound was longer than it was deep. The wound was characterized by smooth edges, regular margins, but there were no marginal contusion nor bridging fibers. The wound was deep. The wound was deep, transecting through the skin. Underlying neck muscles, comma, the trachea, comma, esophagus, comma, major neck vessels and nerves. There were cut fractures of the C5 vertebrae. Cut fractures of the C5 vertebrae. Rupture. There was a rupture of the intervertebral disc. intervertebral disc and transection of the spinal cord. The doctor noted that these findings were consistent with deep cut wounds. The doctor's conclusion was that the cause of death was hypovolemic shock, following deep cut wound to the neck. My Lord, this postmortem report is signed by Dr. Katongole Abdul on the 2nd of April 2026. It also bears a stamp of Kampala Capital City Authority City Mortuary Police.
Ekiwandiiko ekyokubiri era nayo postmortem oba ebbaluwa omusawo gye yawandiika ng'amaze okwekebejja omulambo gwa Keisha Agenworth Otim ng'ennaku z'omwezi 2 ogwokuna 2026 era omusawo y'omu Dr. Katongole Abdul bwe yakebera omwana ono yali omwana omuwala nga yali alina emyaka egy'okubeera mu nasale era nti omulambo gwali gunyogoga nga gupeeruse ono yali alina amaanyo 12 nti naye baamufumita mu bulago era ekiwundu kyali kyenkana sentimita 9 nti baamukebera bwe yamukebera n'asanga nti bwe baamufumita nnyo nga kye baamufumisa kyayingira mu mubiri nekikwata ku misiwa egisinga egy'obulago era n'agamba nti ekyamuviirako okufa yavaamu omusaayi mungi olw'ekiwundu kye yatuusibwako ku bulago n'amala n'asayininga n'ateekako sitampu y'eddwaliro oba mochari.
My Lord, the third piece of agreed evidence is also a postmortem report, Police Form 48B. My Lord, this is postmortem number 1101 of 2026. This, my Lord, is postmortem is in respect of Seryange Ignatius, who is a male juvenile of preschool age. This postmortem was conducted by Dr. Katongole Abdul on the 2nd of April 2026. The doctor found the body of Seryange to be cold and with primary flaccidity, and it was severely pale. Evidence of trauma. There was a 14 centimeter long open wound on the right side of the neck, which was longer than it was deep. This wound was located at 69 centimeters from the right heel. "69, my lord. 69 centimeters from the right heel and 4 centimeters from the anterior midline." The wound was characterized by smooth edges and regular margins. The wound extended to the back of the neck in a horizontal plane. In a horizontal plane, my lord. The wound was deep, transecting through the skin fascia. Fascia, my lord, is FASCIA, and underlying neck muscles, comma, injuring the internal jugular vein, comma, vagus nerve and branches of the subclavian artery. Subclavian, my lord, is SUBCLAVIAN. Subclavian artery and vertebral artery.
Can you please spell that again?
SUBCLAVIAN.
Okay.
Subclavian, of the subclavian artery and vertebral artery in the neck. The doctor found that the above descriptions were consistent with deep cut injuries. The doctor also found that there was another 4 centimeter long cut wound. There was another 4 centimeter long cut wound located on the right submandibular region. Submandibular, my lord, is SUBMANDIBULAR. Submandibular region at just 3 centimeters above, involving the skin and the superficial fascia. The cause of death was hypervolemic shock following deep cut injuries to the neck. This report, my lord, was signed by Dr. Katongole Abdul on the 2nd day of April 2026. It also bears a stamp of
Ignatius nobagiwe namba 11 kashare 226. Seryange Ignatius yali mwana mulenzi nga muto nga yali atuuse okugenda mu ssomero lya Nasare. Omusawo yamukebera bamuyita Katongole Abdul era yamukebera nga nnaku z'omwezi 2 ogwokuna 2026. Omulambo gwali gunyogoze era nga apeeruse nnyo nti bwe yamukebera n'asanga yali alina ekiwundu ekya sentimita 14 mu bulago nti ate ekiwundu ekyo yafumitira ddala n'atuuka mu mabega w'obulago nti yafumita yavaamu omusaayi mungi olw'ekiwundu ekyali mu bulago n'asayininga n'ateekako sitampu ya mochari.
The fourth and final piece of agreed evidence, my lord, is also police form 48B, a postmortem report and it is number 1104 of 2026 under Police CRB 026 of 2026 GABA Police Station. This postmortem, my lord, is in respect of Odeke Ryan, a male juvenile of preschool age. This examination, my lord, was done by Dr. Katongole Abdul on 2nd April 2026. At the time of the postmortem, the body of Odeke was cold. Evidence of trauma, my lord. There was a 9-centimeter long deep cut wound located on the right side of the neck
Let him sit outside. You'll be able to.
There was a 9-centimeter long deep cut wound located on the right side of the neck in an oblique fashion at 60 centimeters from the right heel stretching from the anterior midline. This wound was found to be longer than it was deep. The wound was characterized by smooth edges, regular margins, no marginal contusions, nor branching fibers. It was a deep cut wound dissecting through the underlying neck muscles, neck vessels, trachea, TRACHES, esophagus, cut fractures of C4 vertebrae, and transection of the spinal cord. The cause of death, my lord, was hypovolemic shock. Following deep cut injuries to the right side of the neck. This postmortem report, my lord, was signed by Dr. Katongole Abdul on 2nd April 2026. And it bears the stamp of Kampala Capital City Authority, City Mortuary Police.
Ekipapula ekyokuna nayo postmortem report oba ebbaluwa omusawo gwe bayita Dr. Katongole Abdul gwe yakebererako omulambo gwa Odeke Ryan era n'agiwa enamba 1104 Kasale 2026 n'agamba nti Odeke Ryan yali mulenzi nga yali muto ng'atuuse kugenda mu nasale n'asanga nti omulambo gwali gunyogoze bwe yamukebera n'asanga nti yali alina ekiwundu ekyenkana sentimita 9 mu bulago nti ekiwundu kino kyali baali basaze emisuwa egisinga egikwata mu bulago nti era kyamuviirako okufa yavaamu omusaayi mungi olw'ekiwundu ekyo yasayininga n'ateekako sitampu ya mochari.
My Lord, we pray to tender the postmortem reports as prosecution exhibits.
We have no objection, my Lord.
Yes, this however, you say you have no objection. I want you to first confirm that as the facts have been read is what you agreed upon.
My Lord, The facts as read by the Chief State Attorney is what we have agreed upon. And therefore we have no objection.
Did you discuss the same with your client? The details of the postmortem report?
My Lord, we did discuss about the postmortem report with our client.
Mr. Okello, you can remain seated, just speak through the microphone. Did your lawyers discuss with you the contents of the postmortem reports that have been agreed upon?
Yes, my lord. My lawyers discussed with me the contents of the postmortem report.